What is up, party people? It's Dan, your basement guitar superstar. This is another episode of What's in the Box, except for you guys will be able to see this as I unbox it. Funny story about this. About a month ago, I reached out to some of the more affordable manufacturers. I haven't gotten to all of them yet, but I reached out to manufacturers like Joyo and Glarry and Donner and some of the manufacturers that make more affordable gear, kind of every man's gear that most people can afford, right? And didn't ask them to send me anything. I just said, hey, this is Dan from Basement Guitar Superstar. Here's what the channel's about. Obviously it doesn't make sense for you to send stuff to me right now just because the channel's not very big yet. But please keep me in mind in the future as I grow. I'd love to do previews for you. Really admire what you guys are doing as far as making gear that literally everybody can afford. And heard back from a couple. I think I reached out to 5. I'm not sure who the other 2 are. I'd have to check my email. And I have a list that I'm going through. And Glarry got back to me and said, hey, we like your videos. Why don't you pick a SKU and we'll send it to you? I'm like, are you serious? Like, you realize I only have 80 subs. This was, again, about a month ago. They said, yeah, sure, we'll send something to you. So they sent me a guitar, and I picked my SKU, and I guess now I'm excited to see, are these really as bad as some of the critics say they are? Because I remember back when I worked at MusicGoRound, guitars in this price range, and this is like $75 plus shipping. I'll post a link in the description on this video and the 2 other ones, 1 or 2 other ones I do on this guitar besides that, where you can pick it up if it's something you're interested in. But I wanted to know, what about these guitars do people dislike so much? Because our technology's come so far, and like I said, I worked at MusicGoRound in Iowa, here where I'm from. Would have been about 15 years ago, and the instruments in this price range traditionally were treated as kind of being taboo. And I know manufacturing's gotten a lot better. I know, for instance, like Squier is really up their game on their instruments, and they were terrible 15 years ago. Cort's the same way. Cort makes some really amazing stuff. 15 years ago, I would say they weren't very good. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Glarry today. So I want to see, are Glarrys a decent instrument for a beginning player, whether that's a kid or an adult that's just starting to get into the hobby? And if they're not, if they don't work out of the box, can they be modded? Can you drop, $100, $200 into them on top of the low amount you already pay and make them playable? So that's what I want to know. So I'm excited to open this one. I'm not sure what color I got. I think I told them the SKU for one that was yellow, but I'm not sure if that's what I ended up with or not. We'll see here. I got my knife, finally. So let's open this guy up here, and we'll see what I ended up with. One of the things I admire about Glarry, and I know the manufacturing processes have changed a lot, they do a lot of really affordable instruments. I think the thing on their website that's the most expensive that's a guitar, I want to say, is maybe $160. I'll go check on that. Maybe post it up here or something. If you go on their website, GlarryMusic.com, it's right on the box there. You can check that out. I know they do acoustics and electrics. I actually was hoping they did something that was more of a Les Paul style guitar, because that's kind of my gig. But I do like Strat-style guitars too. Obviously, you guys have seen the videos on some of those. But let's open this up and let's see what we have here. So I'm going to tilt the camera down just a bit. Hopefully you guys can see this box. Okay, so they come with, it is a maple fretboard. That's cool. Oh, they did send me the color I wanted, so that's awesome. So this comes with just kind of your basic strap in there. It does come with a whammy bar, cable. Not sure what the quality is on that. It does come with two Allen wrenches too. I don't know if you guys can see those in there or not. Probably not. I don't know why I'm highlighting that, but I do like it when guitars come with that. Whammy bar looks to be pretty decent quality. Here comes with a cable. We'll test that out and see if it's any good or not. I'm assuming these are for adjusting the height and intonation. I know the smaller one of the two here, probably for adjusting the height on the strings, and then this one might be for adjusting the neck or something. Then these come with a gig bag that, I think it's serviceable if you're just trying to carry something around. I would never ever take this to a gig, but it does have, oh, it comes open without you having to do the zipper. Okay. Anyway, it's got the pocket in front to put all your accessories in. So, that's alright. Decent to carry the stuff around in. But anyway, I'm going to tilt the camera back up here. Hopefully you guys can still see. Let's check out the actual guitar itself here. So, we'll take it out of the box. So yeah, they did send me the color I wanted. I wasn't sure because they sent me the email. The link for it was to like one of these style guitars, but more of a blue color. And I like the yellow. I do not own a yellow guitar currently. I thought this finish was kind of rad, so I chose it instead. It's kind of a red orange or yellow orange actually. Ooh. First thing I'll notice on here, in the box there was a little bit of a hole. You'll notice the body on the back there has some damage on it. I mean, the box you saw at first, literally they just shipped it. And this thing, sorry. And this box right here, there was no other, like no bigger box. Looks like maybe it got hit by something right there. That'd be about where that's at. Not a big deal to me as long as it doesn't affect the function. I mean, oh, and I do need to disclose, Glarry did send this to me for free, so I need to count this as paid promotion technically. So this is kind of your standard Strat. I'm just looking over it here. It's got the black scratch plate, kind of a darker yellow color. Volume, 2-tone knobs. Looks like you got your 5-way switch. And actually, you know what? This actually is a lot better than I thought it would be. So I'm taking my hands up and down the fretboard here, and there are no sharp frets. And that's impressive to me, because usually like on a, it used to be on a guitar on this price point, you'd tear the crap out of your hands when you would take, run up and down the fretboard. Yeah, the nut's a little hard. I have a feeling I'm going to have to lube up the nut a little bit with some graphite. But this is what the tuners look like. And you got your headstock right there. Let's see. I think I have a pick on me. I know this is going to be horribly out of tune. But let's see what the... so the neck on these is kind of thick. It's not like Les Paul thick, but it is nice and chunky. I'd say it feels kind of like I'd say a cross between a 50s and 60s Strat neck, somewhere in there. Or if you've ever played like a vintage, the brand V6 with the maple fretboard on those, it's about that thickness. So... this actually, I mean, it's obviously way out of tune, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be that bad to play. Now, we'll see. On guitars that are at this price point, one of the other things I always look for is, can it stay in tune? Right? So we'll see with this one. When I used to work at MusicGoRound, parents would come in and buy guitars, and they would always say, hey, you know, what's the cheapest thing? And, you know, you look for a couple different things. Is the nut good? Are the frets sharp? Which these are not. These are smooth, pretty smooth, impressively smooth, actually. The nut feels a bit hard, and I can already tell I'm going to have to put some graphite in there because it's got a few edges on it. The strings here don't feel that bad. Actually has string trees on it too, which is interesting. But anyway, guys, this is the Glarry Strat-style guitar. I think it's like an ST something. I'd have to look at the model, but first impression out of the box, this does not feel like a $75 instrument. It really doesn't. I expected something that just felt. There's like I used to have a Squire Strat, and it felt like it was just stiff, or it was going to be stiff to play. This doesn't feel like that. I'm kind of impressed out of the box. Other than this, I think that's unfortunate that they couldn't ship it in a better box than that. But that's okay. It was, you know, I'm getting it for free, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. Anyway, guys, we'll do like a first impression video on this. I probably will change out the strings. These feel like either 8s or 9s on here. Action's actually pretty decent. See how the neck is? Yeah, the neck's nice and straight. Yeah, so this might actually not be too bad. So we'll try it. Do some other videos for you. But yeah, that was my unboxing of the Glarry Strat-style guitar. Again, if this looks like something that's appealing to you, I'll post a link in the comments where you can pick one of these up. These are only, again, like $75.99 or something in US dollars with, or that doesn't include tax, so you have to pay tax and obviously shipping on top of that. But yeah, I mean, this feels like a guitar that's a little bit higher price point right out of the box. So anyway, guys, thank you as always for watching, and stay tuned for more videos from Glarry.